This is a trend red uptouch pattern. It's actually trend red and green. They both uptouch. And this is just one specific example, and I'll show you this. This happens to be Facebook, and it is right around the first of the year in January 2016. And in this example, down here is your trend chart, and we have a green candle, and basically we have trend red 2 days up, and it is up touching against the blue line, the trend blue, which is the trio. And the green has turned up as well, but the green is up 1 day and trend red is up 2 days. Gray is up 3 days. And so just so that you identify, or let me point out this as well. This is a pattern in which all three of the trend trio lines are down, and all three of the narrow trend lines are up. And in this case, the red and green are under the blue, so they're up touching the blue. The green might not be technically qualified as an up touch, but it's definitely in that you know, area, or could be qualified, if you will. If we flip, this here is the price chart and this is the trend chart. I'm going to flip over to the other three charts, and on the zip chart we see that the zip gray is highest and zip red is actually in a low angle down. And if you've heard me talk about the zip red and the zip gray before, you know that when zip gray is highest, it's an extreme high probability that next day will be down. And that is exactly the case that we have here. And there's more to it than that on the zip chart, because none of your other lines are over 50. And so that is real indicative of a continuation of a downtrend, or at least in that realm of possibility. In the power chart, here's a very effective and often seen move, and that is the power Zion is close to either the power orange or the power green, and it basically mimics their direction. And in this case, the power Zion is in a low angle down peak. It's the highest indicator, but it is right next to zero and barely over the power orange line. And of course, power orange and green are heading down at this point, so we're expecting a downtrend, as is your swing red and green lines. The pink is in a bottle nose up. Your swing pink is in a bottle nose up, and so we know again from we know that the bottle nose up is a reversal pattern down next day, and so we're anticipating that again that the next day the candles will be down, the price will be down. This Zion, I'll say it again, this power Zion move, when it's real close to the heavy line, the orange, power orange, that is a real strong indication for a next day down. It typically has a lot of force to it. And going back to the trend chart here, we see that the trio has just crossed under zero about 3 days before, and it appears to be heading down. So, but it's definitely under zero, which means that it's in a downtrend mode. And of course, your zip red and zip I said it wrong. Your price red and price green are in low angles up, as well as blue. Just barely, you can just barely see them, but they're not very high as well. Price red is only at 53, so again we can, and they're pretty fast. Price red and green are pretty fast movers, and so there is, even though we have a nice green candle, there's a force inside of the market that you can't see except when you have something like these sensitive indicators, because they don't go up. The price red and green only, they stopped at near 50. So that tells us a lot about what the next day or two is going to bring, because we're just heading into a decent downtrend. So that being said, it's a very effective way to see what the market is doing. And in this case here, I'm going to have you look back at that. In this case here, when you have a nice green candle and you're identifying a significant downtrend the next day, or a next day down, at least one day down, I typically will short those at the end of this day if I find it, because it's typically a decent gap down situation. So good example of an trend red and trend green uptouch.